I love this one! Keanu Reeves is a vampire!
Do you consider yourself a conspiracy theorist?
Yes, very much so.
I love conspiracy theories. Shane Dawson got me into it.
Oh, I love conspiracy theories, like, so much. Even the stupid ones, I think they're great.
I know of them, and I think they're kind of cool, but they're not believable.
YouTube is actually being forced to remove conspiracy-related content from recommended sections.
That's because they're onto something, and they don't want us to know, because they're like, oh no, you're gonna expose everything, shut it down.
Today, we're gonna debate some infamous pop culture conspiracy theories and see if you think they are fact or fiction.
All right, I'm down for this. I like stuff that messes with your mind. I think it's super cool, so I'm excited to get into it.
Here's our first conspiracy theory. This one is that Beyonce's pregnancy with Blue Ivy was fake. Check out this footage.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's a
I saw this
beautiful baby
one.
bump. No wonder Beyonce is blooming. This really is Destiny's
Okay, where's
Child.
the fake? Oh. Oh, it crunched.
Really is
It crunched.
Destiny's Child.
What the hell?
That is kind of true. It's kind of weird.
I believe this one though, so there's that.
I saw that. It totally just, the baby just got pancaked right there.
Judging by that, it seems kind of fishy. Maybe she was pregnant and she was just wearing it over it to play it up.
I feel like sometimes the camera just makes things look weird. It's hard to say. I wish there was like more proof behind it, then I might be on board.
When you look at Blue Ivy, like she's literally like Jay-Z with like pigtails. So I don't see any Beyonce in her whatsoever. So it's kind of like, are we sure that's your baby?
If you had to give this conspiracy theory a grade, A through F, A being fact, F being fiction, what would you grade this theory?
C.
Total F.
A C, right in the middle.
I'm gonna rate it an F because I feel like Beyonce would have no reason to lie about her pregnancy.
C, seeing that I don't know how pregnancies work because I'm a guy, I'm like, okay, it looked like realistic enough and a lot of like pictures in certain angles, but then like with this, it's like,
I'm gonna give it a B because there was some really good visual evidence. If you give me proof and that shit's wild, I will believe it.
Okay, here's our next theory. Netflix is manufacturing its own Bird Box memes.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Did Netflix use fake Twitter accounts to make Bird Box memes? I think this is definitely true, just because they wanted to play up the movie.
Everything that's like ever popular usually ends up having memes after it. So I don't know if I believe this.
why would they need to? Like, have you not been on Twitter? Twitter itself means everything. So I mean, you don't have to make a fake account for that.
All right, let's see what Twitter has to say about this hoax.
I'm sorry that I don't have many followers, and that was my first tweet. Got so much likes and retweets, but believe me, I wish I was getting paid.
This is just a conspiracy theory. I just liked the movie and tweeted a meme about it, that's it. See, that's all it is. If a movie gets a lot of traction, it's gonna get memes around it.
I'm sure there were plenty of memes that were made by people. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised if like half of them were like, you know, marketing strategies.
Holy shit, this is why it seems like everyone is talking about Bird Box, except no one I've ever interacted with is talking about it.
When it first came out, no one was really talking about it, but I ended up wanting to watch it because of the memes I kept seeing.
I wasn't hearing a lot of people talk about Bird Box either. I think I actually saw memes before I had any of my friends say that they watched Bird Box.
So what grade would you give this conspiracy theory?
It started off as an A, but after reading about all this, it quickly became an F.
I'm gonna give it a B.
C.
A B.
I'd give it an A.
D. I don't really think you can choose what memes blow up, you know?
Here's our next theory.
Pokemon Go is a government surveillance psyop conspiracy.
I've heard about this. I think it's a bit of a reach to say that the government only did it to track you and like get more information on you. But at the same time, it does make sense.
I feel like Shane Dawson talked about this a little bit. I could see that because they're tracking exactly where like everyone is.
I have heard this about so many apps, and I really don't think the government cares that much.
Niantic, the company responsible for Pokemon Go, had one particular phrase in its privacy policy that has conspiracy theorists up in arms.
We may disclose any information about you or your authorized child that is in our possession or control to government or law enforcement officials or private parties. That's what all apps do.
Who's to say Snapchat doesn't do the same thing and Twitter doesn't do the same thing? All these apps probably have the exact same stuff written there somewhere. We just don't read the terms and services and the privacy, like whatnot. Now, is it creepy? Hell yeah.
Literally everything you do, like they sell your information, and it's always in the terms of agreements. It's in Google's terms of agreements. It was in Facebook's at one point.
Thinking about how much I played that game in such a short amount of time and how much information they really did have, like, it's pretty obvious to tell. If you were looking at it, you could definitely tell where someone lives or where they work or where they go with their friends. Like, it's so obvious.
I definitely give this an F.
C.
I'm gonna give this one a C.
I would rate it as an A. I could totally see that. They had everyone playing Pokemon Go at one point.
D. Whoever made this and put that into the game probably just didn't think as much of it, and then they were like, oh, this is kind of bad. Maybe we shouldn't have this in here.
A, because I'm 100% sure that they probably sold her information. Like I wouldn't, yeah, no, like every company does that. There's an FBI man in there right now watching me react. What's good?
Here's the next.
I just watched this yesterday.
So, there's theories that some companies have been using Google
I love
search.
Shane.
One of the creepiest examples is Disney possibly making the movie Frozen just to hide the fact that Walt Disney might have frozen his body after he died.
I saw this. I believe it.
Everyone always says that. Everyone always thinks he's frozen. He's not frozen.
Is Great Uncle Walt frozen underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean?
He is not.
There's no way Walt Disney is under the Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
How would Disney hide those search results? By making a worldwide hit film called
Disney's Frozen is officially the highest-grossing animated movie of all time.
I mean, just
I
look
never
at this
thought
footage
about
from
that.
2011 and before. Yeah, pages of information about Walt Disney's head possibly being.
This is one of those conspiracy theories that I fully believe. I fully believe that he is frozen.
Yeah.
It's completely frozen.
Pete, you wouldn't go that far to hide the search results. Come on.
I'm shook. This is like horror movie material right here.
It could totally be true. They could have named it so many other names, but they named it Frozen. I could totally see that.
They didn't have to name it Frozen. Little Mermaid, Mulan, Beauty and the Beast. All of a sudden now it's called Frozen, has nothing to do with their names. That's some tea right there. That's such an A right there. Oh my God, that's wild!
I've believed this one for a pretty long time, so I'm gonna give it like a B.
This one has more evidence to back it up, I think, than the other ones. I'm gonna give this one a B.
B.
Definitely an F.
This is definitely an A. I've never gone to Disneyland where it's like, I haven't had like this like awkward like chill run through my body like somewhere. And I think if I keep talking about this stuff, they're gonna come after me next. So you know, just forget I said anything, it's fine.
Some people think Keanu Reeves is just another generic movie star, and others say he is an immortal being who has appeared throughout history for the past 1,300 years. Skeptics say it's just good genes. What do you think?
Dang. He never ages. I feel like it's just good genetics.
Oh my God, I love this one! Keanu Reeves is a vampire! He's immortal! Look at this man! That is a painting of a guy named like Sir Ferdinand or something like that. I've read this, so I'm spitting right now because I'm like excited. I know this one.
I just think he has good skin. He has some good skin routine or something like that. He does look very, very similar in all of them, but I don't think he's been alive that long.
1530 and 1875. Come on. Look at the hair on 1530 and look at the hair on 2017. 1530 is way poofier and is way, it goes out more.
I'm not seeing much of a difference. I believe it. He honestly looks the same exact age.
Right off the bat, this is true. The same thing with Morgan Freeman. They've both been alive for like a million years and nobody could tell me otherwise.
Honestly, it's probably just good genetics. I don't know. See, part of me believes in like creatures, like vampires and like monsters. I give it like a B.
This is still definitely an F.
F minus if I can go there.
D. I need more proof than that.
I'm gonna say that they have a point, and like Keanu Reeves needs to like drop his skincare routine, but I don't think that he's immortal, so I'm gonna give it an F.
This one, I'd have to call it a fact. He probably freezes himself every like couple months and stuff too. I'm telling you, cryogenics is where it's at, y'all. 2019, we're all getting frozen.
Here's another.
Oh, jeez. Nicki Minaj Slow Down sounds like Jay-Z.
This one is for the boys with the booming system, top down, with the coolest system. When you come up in the club, to be blazing up.
I mean, kind of.
It's pretty weird, actually. I don't know how anyone figured that out.
This is disrespectful.
This one is way far out of reach.
This isn't a conspiracy as much as it is just funny.
He is not attractive. So for you guys to do this there, like, oh, she sounds like,
I give it a D because it's funny, but it's stupid.
If this was real, I would love for it to be an A, but it's definitely an F because this one is it's 100% fake.
F.
Another F.
I'm gonna say that it's definitely coincidence, but it sounds like Jay-Z. I'm gonna give this one an F too.
This is an F. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You should have gone to sleep already. That's why you think that he sounds. Get out of my face.
Here's one that's been circling for a while.
Here's why everyone seems to think O.J. Simpson is Khloe Kardashian's father. Interesting. I've heard about this.
I've seen this. I think it's true. I don't think that Khloe has the same dad as Kim and Courtney.
Looking at their noses right now is like, wait a second. Okay, talk to me, because I'm getting kind of scared.
One reason people believe this theory is that Khloe doesn't look like her sisters.
Absolutely true.
She doesn't look like her other sisters. Like, she's definitely the odd one out.
Another reason is that Kris Jenner admitted to having an affair during her marriage to Robert Kardashian. According to People.com, she only admitted to having an affair with Todd Waterman, but it is also believed that she cheated with O.J. Simpson, who was her best friend's husband at the time.
I mean, look at their noses. Their noses are pretty similar. I don't know, it's hard to tell.
Looking at this picture side by side, I don't see any, like, resemblance to O.J. Simpson at all. If anything, I would think she's Todd Waterman's kid.
If this was true, like, I feel like this would have had to have been leaked by now.
I come in here to have a good time, and I'm so, like, stressed right now. The whole 2 brain cells that I had left are like shook right now. They're like on opposite sides.
What would you grade this one?
I give it a B.
There's a chance, so I'm gonna say D.
I really want to give this an F, but there is a little bit of evidence in there, so I'm gonna give this one a D.
For this, I rate it like a D. That one seems pretty believable. Maybe not with OJ, but with another person, maybe.
You have to really, really, really be like into this whole theory to like believe it. I'm gonna stick with a C, but I'm like really uncomfortable.
B. That'd be real wild if it was true. That's just so out there. But they look a lot alike.
Is J.K. Rowling real? What are you talking? What is this?
That sounds so dumb.
This theory suggests that J.K. Rowling is actually a team of gifted writers that were hired by companies to carefully craft an original book series. It's also suggested that the J.K. Rowling we're used to seeing is actually a paid actress.
I've actually heard a lot about this one. It's been like around the internet recently. I don't know if this one's real.
Who's to say that she couldn't have done it on her own? Why can't you just let her be great?
I always thought about, like, how was she able to think of such, like, creative ideas in, like, all these books? So I could see this potentially being real, but I feel like it's too far out of reach. I would rate it an F.
Another F.
F, bro. That's so offensive. I love Harry Potter. How dare you say J.K. Rowling is an actress? That's so dumb.
You can't tell me one person that's read those books that doesn't want to go to Hogwarts. So, with that being said, let's not even pretend that like, oh, this is just a group of people. No, this is an F.
F for sure. If this was real, there's no way one person would have not told another, and then that person wouldn't have told another. Like, if I knew that this was real, I'm like, dude, the whole Harry Potter series is all fake. Like, I would have to tell somebody, you know?
This is a photo of child murder victim JonBenet Ramsey, who was killed.
That's some cryogenic shit right there. That's what this is. Forget about Walt Disney. Katy Perry did it. Okay.
Who was killed mysteriously at the age of 6. The theory maintains that JonBenet was not killed and in fact took on the identity of the now famous pop star Katy Perry.
Again, that's just stupid. I can name like 5 people off the top of my head right now that look like Katy Perry.
They definitely look alike, but I mean, that's not enough, like, proof.
I definitely think they look alike, and I remember seeing, like, Katy Perry's documentary, and she is blonde, and like, naturally, and she does look like that. I can see it, but I'm not sure.
I guess they have similar facial structure. They kind of look alike, I guess, but, I mean, this is little girl, and this chick in her 20s, 30s, I don't even know, but some stuff is gonna change physically, so, I mean, I couldn't really say they look alike and then compare it like that. I think this one's pretty stupid.
This is such clickbait. It's almost too elaborate. I'm gonna give this one a D.
F.
This is an F, 100%.
I'm gonna give it an F.
I'll give it a D because they do look alike, but I feel like that's just so far-fetched.
A C? It's possible, obviously. But Didn't Katy Perry like dye her hair like so many times? You don't even know if that's her natural hair color.
Here is your last one.
The moon landing! Oh, my favorite! This is the OG conspiracy theory!
I've heard this theory about a bajillion times, and my thing is, I can't really say anything because I haven't been to the moon.
This one is weird because, like, imagine it was fake, like everything would be a lie, I guess. Like, a lot of stuff would change.
According to Time.com, the reason for this theory is due to film of Aldrin planting a waving American flag on the moon, which critics say proves he was not in space. The flag's movement, they say, clearly shows the presence of wind, which is impossible in a vacuum.
This is one of my favorite conspiracy theories of all time.
Obviously, there can't be wind in space. But you can obviously move the flag, which causes movement.
I feel like we as a country did that because we were like, well, you know what? We don't want to lose to any of these other countries. Like the whole space race that was going on. I get it. Like, we have to be number one.
They have valid points. It's not just out there. They're having some backed up evidence, which is what I like with conspiracy theories.
I think this would be too much of a risk to fake. I think there'd be too many variables that have to go literally 100% perfect for this to become true.
What's the vote?
The vote is an F.
A C+.
I'll give it a chance. I'll say it's a D. I think it's an interesting theory, and I can see how people might believe it, but I personally don't believe it.
I'm gonna give this a C because I am in the middle on this one.
It's an A.
I'm giving it an A just because this is like my favorite conspiracy theory of all time. Even though I don't believe in it anymore, it's still getting an A.
So now after seeing all these, do you consider yourself a conspiracy theorist?
Seeing a lot of the ones I didn't know about, I'd say I'm definitely more interested in conspiracy theories. People like to question things, you know? People like to believe what they want to believe, and there's always gonna be different opinions on everything in life.
There were some of these where I'm like, that's definitely possible, but I also think it's because we want to believe that there's more. We want to believe that there is things that people aren't telling us and that there can be things that are way out of the realm of possibility.
There's some of them that really can stand on their own, and it's like, you know, this is something very plausible. Or it's actually a fact and we just don't want to believe it because, you know, we like to be like naive. And then there's moon landings. We won't talk about that.
Thanks for watching this episode of The Tens, if that is your real name.
Subscribe for new shows every day.
Do you got a conspiracy we should know about? Let us know in the comments.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys, Sabrina here, React channel producer. Subscribe to React and FBE to see all your favorite reactors. And since the government is watching us anyway, why don't you subscribe? See you there. Bye guys.